everybody, Dr. Leo Krawetz, healthy feed podiatry. Look at me smile, see? You can tell by my eyes? Look at that. Joanne's laughing, I'm entertaining. So, we have a patient here. This one's good because this is what happens during a pandemic. She's diabetic. She was afraid to come in during the pandemic, so it's been almost double the time. She came the beginning of January. She should have been here at the beginning of March or so, and now it's May 21st, right?
22nd.
So she's a little bit late, and this is what happens to the toenails when you wait a long time. They get really long, and the other problem that this patient has, she's diabetic, and she has pretty bad venous stasis in her legs, which means the blood doesn't get back up to her heart really quickly. So you can see she's got chronic swelling in the legs. She's in the process of seeing a vascular surgeon to see what they can do to help her permanently. But right now she's just using ACE wraps around them, and the ACE wraps seem to help, correct? Yeah. She's shaking her head saying yes. So the ACE wraps help her during the day. She's not overly active. She uses an assistive device. She uses a cane to walk around. So she gets a lot of chronic swelling. So she gets the swelling, she has trouble reaching her feet, and she doesn't have a lot of help at home. So what happens is the skin, when you get the turnover and you're not able to reach down to get some of the skin off, you get accumulation of the skin. Some of this we might be able to get off of here with the Dremel, just lightly using a Dremel on it, and then taking some alcohol to it. It may come off of there, but some of the darkening of the skin is from the venous stasis. It's the iron from the blood depositing in the skin. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna trim everything up for her, okay? First, I wanna get this corn here. She's got this really bad corn. Take a look at that, Jelaine. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
And you got a good view of her nails too, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. So let's get this. I'm gonna trim this up here. Raise it up. And we're gonna trim this off of here. And this, you said this hasn't been hurting you, correct?
No,
Okay, good.
it's been there for a long time. So
Okay. So we're gonna get this down here. We just hope it's not ulcerated. And what happens is you can see, look at how it's almost raw in the middle. And that's because it looks good though, it's fine. The bigger the corn gets, if you're wearing a closed-in shoe, the pressure from the extra skin that forms with a shoe pushing on that extra skin, it's like jamming something into your foot, and it cuts the circulation under the skin off, and the skin breaks down and you get an open sore. So she's not at that point, so that's good. So we got this in time. I think another month or so, she might have had a problem with this toe. It might have been super raw underneath or a deep ulcer, and that's what can turn into a disaster. And actually, I'm looking in the middle. There is one little spot in the middle that I'm a little bit concerned about, but we're gonna trim this up here, right in this area right there. Good, that's okay actually. Just a little indentation there. And that's not hurting you up there, right? Okay, good. And we're gonna Dremel this down to smooth it. Okay, much better. Now these nails, let's see, these are about half an inch. We've had 2-inch nails before. We've seen people 2 inch,
Really?
yeah. So you don't win any prizes today. You didn't win, so. Even if they were 2 or 3 inches, you'd win something. We give special prizes for that. Longest nails. I don't even know if is Guinness still around, the Guinness Book of World Records?
no.
Have you ever seen the picture of the person with the longest fingernails in there?
I've seen somebody.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that, Jelaine?
Yes.
It's like the one that always sticks out in people's minds. We used to read that all the time when we were kids. And those fingernails, they would curl around.
Yes.
And that's the same thing happens with the toenails too when they get really long. But I have seen about 2 to 3 inches with the toenails where they don't start curling until that point. But this is gonna feel better for you. With the shoes that you're wearing, I'm trying to see what shoes.
The sandals.
Oh, you're wearing the sandals. Okay, so that's why it doesn't bother you that much. The good thing about Florida, you can wear sandals. And she's been able to wear sandals through the pandemic because it's not cold here. Actually, we've had great weather. So living in Florida with the pandemic, when you're home and outside, it almost feels like you're in your own little world, right,
Yes.
Jelaine? Yeah.
Kind of like
Jelaine was home for a couple of weeks, and
you're just at home vacation, I guess.
yeah, And yep, that's what it seems like, because it's so sunny out and you wonder how everything is going so wrong when it looks so nice outside. You know, but that's the nice thing about Florida.
Yeah, it's a bit deceiving.
So that's our ad for Florida. Move to Florida.
Yes,
and then when everything opens up, there's no rules. You can do whatever you want here. Yeah, we went from quarantine to basically everything is opening pretty quickly. It's kind of a little bit scary how fast it's opening. But we'll see how things go. Hopefully everyone's going to be safe and healthy still. So it's the end of May and we're almost, I think the restaurants are allowed to go to 50% capacity now.
Yeah.
At this point, it's Memorial Day weekend, so.
Beaches are open.
Beaches are open. I'm going to be going to a beach, I think, so. But I'm going to stay away from people at the beach. So maybe I'll catch some fish. We'll see. So this one, if you can see right here. Oh, someone's calling. So in the middle of this toe right here, right in that area, that's what we would call toe meat. Except her toe meat turned into a callus. So it's because it's been hitting the end of the shoe. I'm gonna see if I can get a little bit of that off there. This is calloused over. But when a nail gets too long, it pulls the skin and the flesh with it. And then you get the term toe meat, and that's this stuff right in here. Okay? I made up that term myself. We're trying to get it popular, so we want people walking around talking about toe meat now. We're trying to get it to be a common word. Have you started using the word toe meat, Jelaine?
Not really.
Like in regular conversation when you're talking to people, you should just throw it in there at some point.
I will.
No? Interesting topic to talk about. Toe meat and potatoes.
Oh God.
I wonder what that's like.
Well, you already called calluses corns. So we got corns, potatoes, and toe meat.
Oh, did I? Okay, calluses, corns.
Calluses, corns,
same thing.
potatoes, toe meat.
And the patient, I feel like the patient's phone is listening to us.
Maybe.
I feel like the phone's gonna say the word toe meat. Started yelling a phone number out. Okay, this is good. So what I'm doing here with her toenail, because she's diabetic, anything that might be slightly ingrown, I'm getting back. She can't reach down to do this. And we always tell our diabetic patients, if you ever have a problem in between visits, which is usually every 9 weeks, call to come in so we can help you out. Okay? Okay, more toe meat there. We're gonna smooth that down. And I'm gonna cut around the toe meat here. There's a little bit here, we'll see. Hopefully it won't bleed. Once in a while the toe meat will bleed because it sticks out real far and not much you can do about it, but then the next visit, it's usually gone. See under there, look at that little piece right there. Little piece, yeah. Some of it is a little corn too that comes out if there's too much pressure there. Beautiful. Very dry skin. So you're not putting any kind of moisturizer on your skin, right? You can't reach down, so it's, at this point, not much you can do. If you don't have help and you can't reach down, we just kind of wing it and hope for the best.
I'll try.
But she's wearing open-toe shoes. Yeah, she's not in danger right now. It would be better to put some cream on the bottom of the feet, but she's not in danger. We're gonna look between the toes now to make sure nothing else is going on there now. I mean, there's a little bit of dead skin. You can see this here too. Look at that. So we have toe meat and toe jam. That's called toe jam when you get some accumulation.
Jam, corn, potatoes, meat.
Yep, meat, potatoes, and jam. So yes.
I know.
I know, really. It's lunchtime. Yes. So we're talking about everything's compared to food in the foot. So it makes it sound better. But here we're going to show you, this is the toe jam here. We're going to get that out. I'm going to get this out here with a 4x4. Let me reach behind you. I'm going to take some of these out because we're going to do something here.
Okay.
toe jam is common between the fourth and fifth toe because they're so close together. And a lot of times you get what's called an adducto varus. This toe, adductus means it goes towards this toe. Varus is the rotation of the toe when it rotates like that. And it sits against the toe like that. You sweat in Florida, so you get accumulation of dead skin in there, AKA toe jam. But look at this is better now. Look at that. Check
Much
that
better.
out. Let's get these here. And then what I'm gonna do, that skin on the top of the foot, I'm gonna see if I can Dremel a little bit of it off. That might help her a little bit, some of that discoloration. But even this alone is getting a lot of the toe jam and the debris out of here. And we may do this one more time before she leaves here. We're gonna take our Dremel now. First, we're gonna Dremel these nails and this corn. This is the corn on the toe. So this is a diamond burr, diamond like diamonds and pearls, and it's a real fine burr. And we're gonna Dremel around here, and then we'll put some alcohol on there, and then we're gonna Dremel these toes with the fine burr. So what she's doing, she's kicking, and that's a normal reaction. It's an involuntary reaction. A lot of people have that when they get a Dremel to their foot. Okay. And yes, it's kind of sticking up here, so we're going to try to smooth this down. Fungus in the toenail distorts the shape of the nail, so we're going to flatten this out here. I'm going to get a whole foot transformation. Now what I want to do is see if some of this skin will come off. Whoop, yep, that's have to be careful. She's going to react a little bit with that. And I don't know how much of this foot we're going to get off of here, but it's okay, I got you. I got your foot. So I have to watch, obviously, because I'm holding the Dremel, to make sure this doesn't slip all over the place. Some of the skin comes off, but it's very superficial, so it can actually bleed a little bit. That's why we don't want to be overly aggressive. But we can get a little bit of this off, so it looks a little bit better. It's a little better there. Smooth that. This right here, I don't know if this is gonna, it's almost hypertrophic skin. Yeah, it is coming off a little. Wow. So it sticks to it. Some of the discoloration I told you is from iron, from the blood, from venous stasis. And some of it is just skin that, she's not able to get off of there on a regular basis. And that happens, we see that a lot. We're good in there. Good thing you only have 2 feet, not 3, huh? Like torture here. So I gotta watch, because the Dremel, I've had the Dremel grab my glove before. Kind of scary. I'm gonna see what we can do here. She's gonna want to clip it. There we go. I'm gonna grab her foot. And we're just trying to get a little bit of the superficial dead skin off. And then we're going to wipe this down. It's kind of dirty here too. Then we sterilize our Dremel bits. We put them in an autoclave to basically try to kill everything on them. And this is where she probably had a corn at one point. There's a little bit of one there, not bad. You doing okay up there? Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, we have one more thing. Let's get these seals. Whoops. Gonna jump here. We're gonna get a little bit of this. This is, again, there's some dead skin accumulation. We're gonna get that off of there, smooth it off a little. Does it tickle? Is that what it is? It's not hurting you though, is it?
No, it just took over.
Okay, good. So much done. And we just get this off because it's kind of a pain. This will actually stick to spots and stuff. Now, for the final touch, we're gonna get some alcohol on some 4x4s. Clean this up, and we're gonna see what this looks like. It's like tire shine for a car. You know that shiny stuff you put on the wheels of the car to make that tire shine up? Okay, so a lot of this won't totally come off. Some of this is hemosiderin deposit CDs. Right here, those are hemosiderin deposits, iron in the blood. That's not gonna come out of there. But that's dead skin that was accumulated is out of there. This corn looks great. These nails are looking good. Now, let's see this one here, same thing here. Let's clean her out. Okay, look at that.
Much better.
Gorgeous.
Wonderful.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna cry. It's so beautiful. Am I crying?
About
Am I
to.
crying? Oh my god.
You're getting a little teary-eyed.
Look at me. Okay, it's good. No, but this looks great.
And they're gonna feel
So this is a great
better.
transformation. It's tough when you go a long time and you haven't cut the nails. A lot of stuff accumulates, the skin accumulates, the nails get long, the toe meat comes out, the toe jam forms. Every made up word you can think of that has to do with feet, it happens to your feet if you don't get the nails cut or your feet taken care of on a regular basis. So if you're diabetic, try to go in and see your podiatrist every 9 weeks. Very important. Check for your feet, check between your toes. If you have a caretaker or someone that can help you, have them look in case something goes wrong. The good thing is she's been under the care of a vascular surgeon on and off, like kind of before the pandemic and after. She's been wrapping the feet, so she's had some care, so she's good. She's safe, which is great. We're gonna get her back to every 9 weeks coming in here. So she's gonna be good. This looks great. And we thank you for watching this transformation. And if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button right there in the middle. And we'll see you for the next video. Bye.